What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, as I told you guys, undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who is 23 wins, no loss, and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach, and his promoter, retired Olympic gold medalist, 6th division world champion, Mexican superstar, world champion, Hall of Fame, iconic boxer, turned founder, CEO of Golden Boy Promotion, that being Oscar the Golden Boy de la Hoya, were not avoiding a showdown with undefeated three division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis holds a record of 28 wins, no loss, and no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. We know November 23rd of 2022, Gervonta Tank Davis and King Ryan Garcia, they announced that they're going to have a showdown April 15th, and they gave hints that it could be in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile or MGM Grand Garden Arena. Okay, so Gervonta Tank Davis, he announced that before that fight takes place, though, he's going to have another fight, which is January 7th, Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena. Gervonta Tank Davis is from Baltimore's DMV area. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away from where he grew up from. And he was going to fight then undefeated WBA super featherweight world champion, Dominican star boxer Hector Garcia, who came into the fight with Tank, 16 wins, no loss, and no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, they fought. Gervonta Tank Davis got a 9th round stoppage victory over Hector Garcia. Now it was on to the next. We heard nothing about the Ryan Garcia-Tank Davis fight and where it was going to move forward with, okay? And so with that said, Oscar de la Hoya got frustrated. Now, many people are saying Ryan Garcia said that he saw the contract. He saw paperwork. He saw an outline of what the actual contract would be, but he didn't have an actual contract. He saw an outline of what the actual contract would be, but he didn't see the actual contract, okay? And so Oscar de la Hoya, his frustration, because he has obligations to DAZN. Now, Ryan Garcia is not signed to DAZN. He's signed to Golden Boy. Golden Boy has a deal and a structure in place where they fight their fights on DAZN, okay? So it's like a fighter signed to Top Rank, okay? Shakur Stevenson is signed to Top Rank, not ESPN, okay? Same outlook. So with that said, Oscar de la Hoya obviously was feeling pressure. Ryan Garcia fought April of 2022 against Emmanuel Tagle. Then he fought in July of 2022 against Javier Fortuna. And he wanted to get another fight in October, but he stated that they were adamant, okay, to not allow him to fight because they said they wanted to have the fight in December. Then he said that changed. So if he took a tuna fight, they was not going to face him. So he said that changed. Then it was January. Then it was February. Then it's April. Okay. So he decided that he was going to take a January 28th showdown, a tune-up, but then he pulled out of that fight, right? And so Oscar de la Hoya got frustrated with the whole promotions, the stance, and how everything is unfolding and playing out. They're not active. He's not making money. So DAZN is not making money. They're not happy campers, okay? And so with that said, right, now what happens here is that, Oscar de la Hoya decided that he was going to put his foot down, right? Now, he took to social media and he said that, he was just essentially trying to rile up everybody and put pressure on everybody, right? So Oscar de la Hoya, he stated that, he was given this was Sunday, he was going to give a 24-hour deadline to, their negotiations. If he didn't receive a contract to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in April, they were going to move on. Okay, they were going to go on to another fight because he don't want to sit around and wait, and they're playing games, essentially, is how he felt. So he gave a 24-hour deadline, which was yesterday, because he put this out there on Sunday, meaning that they had until Tuesday morning, essentially, right? And so then suddenly we got movement, okay? And today, okay, Oscar De La Hoya has now received the contract. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, he stated that, Ryan Garcia, he had a conversation with Ryan Garcia, to which Ryan Garcia essentially told him, pump the brakes, let's not throw this away. Let's give it some more time. Oscar De La Hoya said he went to Golden Boy headquarters. He met with Ryan Garcia, and suddenly a contract was sent over, and they signed the contract. And he said that the devil's in the details. The contract signed. See you guys April 15th. So as I told you guys, when Oscar De La Hoya put this out there, he was just trying to apply pressure to Gervonta Tank Davis and his team. Okay, as Gervonta Tank Davis was saying that he was the one to push back the date. Essentially, they were playing mind games to try to get in Ryan Garcia's head, right? Okay, so with that said, in the mix of this, we got reports that undefeated, unified 3-belt welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol the True Spence Jr. is going to face off against former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman in April at 154-pound junior middleweight weight limit. And I told you guys, well, somebody's not fighting because as Steven Espinosa, Showtime president of sports, stated, Errol Spence only wants to fight mega fights, pay-per-view fights, right? And so Errol Spence and Keith Thurman can't possibly happen in April if Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia's happen in April because they're not going to put on two massive pay-per-view events in the same month. And they might not even want to put on two massive pay-per-view events in back-to-back months. They want to possibly space it out, okay? So that the fans don't get fatigued of paying for the pay-per-views. So they attempt to space it out, right? And so Errol Spence was on record saying he'll be back in May or June. Then in the same interview, he stated with Brian Custer, well, April, May, or June, right? And I told you guys it was more than likely it would not be in April, right? But everybody said it's going to be in April. And now we get the official announcement that Ryan Garcia has signed his portion of the contract that Gervonta Tank Davis' team has sent over. So now what that means is, obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis, he has to sign his portion of the contract, which is he's the A side. So he has to mull over a few more things than Ryan Garcia has to mull over, right? And so there's no possible way that you're going to get Keith Thurman and Errol Spence in April. And I'm hard-pressed to see it actually happening in May, okay? Because May, you have Canelo Alvarez fighting in May. And that's on pay-per-view. They don't want to compete with other pay-per-views because it limits your ceiling. Okay, it puts a strangle on your revenue intake. Okay, and so with that said, in May, Canelo Alvarez fights Cinco de Mayo weekend. Looks like he's going to fight John Ryder, but he's going to fight on pay-per-view. So you're going to get Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman in June. As Errol Spence stated, I'll be back in May or June. They're not going to attempt to compete with Canelo Alvarez, right? Maybe they will test the waters with Canelo Alvarez. But you're not going to fight the first week in May, okay? And that means that you will fight towards the end of May, right? So with that said, I think that they space it out and possibly do it in June. Canelo's going to fight again in September. He won't fight in June. So I expect Errol Spence and Keith Thurman to take place in June. So, and I told you guys that Ryan Garcia was not avoiding Gervonta Tank Davis, and neither was Oscar De La Hoya. And now you have your proof. Period. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.